Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between King Raze and Deadzerg on Frost, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the Aquamarine Protoss player. It is Deadzerg. And in the top left side of the map, we have the purple Terran player. It is King Raze from Team Ascension. Did forget to mention that our friend here, Protoss player Deadzerg, is from Maelstrom Gaming. And let's get right on into it. Alright, so a PvT here on Frost. The latter edition generally leads to macro games, but I've seen a few short games here as well. Just because it's a huge map, really hard to scout, really hard to rush compared to other maps that are 2-player or 4-player that are a lot smaller. And let's go ahead and see who will come out on top here. Got a Reaper name ready just in case King Raze decides to open Reaper Expand, which I assume he will here. And again, thanks to all the GM players who've been sending replays in. I really appreciate everybody. Appreciate Jehefe, I appreciate Deadzerg. I really like what Minato's been sending in as well. Who else am I forgetting here? Railgun, as always, has just been a wonderful contributor to the channel. So if you know any GM players or you are a GM player yourself, send me your replays or their replays to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of GM. Also, I am accepting masters if you're interested in sending those in as well. And then we always have the Mid-Rank Madness stuff and the Into the Void things as well on Tuesdays and Fridays. There's that Rax, but I think that was a Command Center first. It was Command Center first out of King Raze. Look at me yammering my face off and missing important things. Yeah, so Command Center first into barracks there, and then into a refinery. So interesting display on front here from King Raze. Deadzerg, it's going a little bit more standard. Gateway expand into Cybernetics Core. We'll see exactly what he does after that Cyber Core finishes. There's really not a whole lot of suspense at this point in the game when it comes to what the Deadzerg is going to do. Double barracks opening. Ah, so not even going barracks into factory at all. What is that going to be? And it's going to be a Marine. Ah, Reaper name list. What happened, Reaper name list? Why? All right. So triple barracks opening with Marine opening, though. So this isn't like a 3-racks Reaper kind of a thing. This is a 3-racks, possibly Marine. This is interesting. I don't think we've seen this very often at all on the channel. Immediately throws on a reactor there. Really wants more Marines. Just Marines, Marines, Marines. Stutter stepping with that Marine, trying to deal with the scouting probe. Deadzerg does manage to escape with his probe, though, very happily. Chrono boost on that second base, and worker count has begun. Worker production is there. Cybernetics Core complete. Warp gate research on the way for the Protoss player, and a robotics facility is the choice out of Deadzerg. So possibly just going to be for an observer, but could be a sign we're going to see Immortal. Or maybe even Colossus. We've seen Colossus on the channel. We have. It's really weird, but we've totally seen it. Robo facility about 50% complete. And I really want to know, what are you up to? What are you up to, Raze? You got a lot of Marines coming in. Double pumping out of the reactored one. Barracks is now researching stim. So you're just going for like a 3-racks push with double gas. What? There has to be something else. You don't need double gas for this particular setup. Reactor on that barracks as well. So scouting with the Adept does see the 3-racks opening with the reactors on 2 of them. Says, okay, a lot of Marines are coming. What exactly do I need to do to make this thing work? Mothership Core wants to kill the SCV. SCV jukes fairly nicely, but then stops running. Mothership Core takes him down. Sorry, buddy. You can't stop running. You can never stop running. Yep, so there's the Observer coming out of the robotics facility. Mothership Core trying to knock down the unbuildable rocks, which is going to take her a while, but Adept comes in to assist as well. And throwing up different pylons inside the mineral lines at the natural base. Obviously, in case a lot of Marines show up. Blink coming in too, so Blink Stalker is the response here. Huh. Alright, so now there is a factory coming in for Raze. He's also getting an engineering bay, which just completed. Or did he cancel that? Where is that thing? There it is, back here, getting +1 for his Marines with that attack, or with that upgrade. And yeah, Deadzerg doesn't seem to be changing too much as to what he's doing. He's got the pylons in. He's got 1 gas at his natural base, 2 gas in the main, as is standard. Just throwing up pylons all over the place. The Marines, do they know about that observer? Why are they heading? I think they do. I think they can see it. There's scan, stim, kill. No, jukes. This is intense. Run, observer, run. Get to a dead spot in the air where they can't get you. Get over here, for example. That's a good spot to run to. Oh, there's the scan. It takes it out. Nicely done. Nicely done by King Raze. And a robotics bay. All right, so definitely either going Colossus or going for the Disruptor. These are going to be the choices for Deadzerg. And I think Colossus would be just fine. We've seen this before. We saw this, I want to say a few months ago, GM Master level game, where the Terran player actually went for a lot of Marines, and Protoss said, you know what, Colossus are not good, but they're pretty good in this spot, and just went Colossus and kind of cleaned house with it. So I'm wondering if that's what we're going to see here from Deadzerg or not. Marine count getting really high. 26 Marines versus 4 Adepts and a Mothership Core. And yes, it is going to be Colossus. All right, Deadzerg. Deadzerg doing the right thing here. Going for extended thermal lance. Going for them Colossus. Marines trying to knock down these rocks, protecting their front. Well, actually expanding the front a little bit here. Protecting the front a little bit, just not all the way. And a third base coming up for King Raze here, just to the bottom and to the right of the natural. Same spot for Deadzerg, just up and to the left for Deadzerg's third, but it's just a straight up Marine push with stim, with +1 attack. Yes, +1 attack just finished, and combat shield is just about there too. Medevac support is going to be on its way. Looks like 2 medevacs are coming with 2 more. Trying to saturate this third is Deadzerg, but seems like a bad time. Seems like a bad time to do that. So it's Stalker, Adept, Sentry, Colossus here, and coming up to defend it. The Marines have stimmed. Colossus trying to burn through what it can. Force fields just forcing the Marines to split just a little bit. Trying to come on up and get the Colossus, but no. Goods moving back up the Colossus there. Additional Stalkers are coming in. The Stalkers are dying very, very quickly, though. Colossus trying to do what it can. It does have 5 kills to its name, and it's enough to force King Raze back. He picks up, boosts out, and Deadzerg breathes a sigh of relief. Whew, he says, that was a little bit scary. Extended thermal lance now is completed. Range of 9 on these Colossus. On the Colossus, rather, just the one. Another one is on the way, but not here yet. So this is feeling kind of Wings of Liberty-ish, this Stalker Colossus composition against Terran, which was really, really good, unless the Terran player went for EMPs or just a really heavy Marauder count. But in this case, it looks like we're just sticking with the Stalker Colossus. Here comes a drop with Marines and a Marauder here at the third base, dropping right behind that mineral line. 1 probe dies. The rest of them are trying to run for their lives. Pylon, Photon overcharging, and then get taken out pretty quickly after that one. More probes are getting taken down here. Deadzerg did not retreat his workers as he should have. And that does push him away as the army shows up. 9 probes have been killed. It's 59 to 55 total harvesters. King Raze has the lead. But again, both players are in 3 bases. Deadzerg having a bit of a time trying to spend his money at this point. But another drop here in the main base. 2 Marines, a Marauder. All of them are dead now, but they took more probes with them. 15 probes have been killed thus far in the game. And the continued dropping is being very, very annoying, I'm sure, for Deadzerg. Additional gateways coming up. Additional Colossus being produced. Are we switching anything, King Raze? We still sticking with this? Yeah, maybe a few more Marauders and a couple Liberators here, but it's going to be just pretty Marine-heavy stuff, which, again, Colossus were designed to deal with. I guess what Legacy of the Void did was it made Colossus a little bit more specialized, I would say. It used to be Colossus were good against pretty much anything your opponent could do, unless they were air units. But at this point, it's just good if your opponent is going really Ling-heavy or really Marine-heavy. At which point, the Colossus can come out of the closet. Disruptor coming out for Deadzerg, really getting that splash damage approach against this very Marine-heavy tech. And it's just low HP. They clump up, right? So splash damage is more effective because they have small unit size. That's exactly what Disruptors are made for. Exactly what Colossus were made for. Adept takes the second Zelnaga Watchtower here in the south, facing off against a single Marine. More starports on the way for King Raze, and a 4th base coming up too. So King Raze looking like he wants to do this thing. Probe, whoa! I don't know that probe was going along this bottom left side. Weird place for a 4th base, but hey, maybe scouted this out anyway. Oh no, 4th base here to the left of the main. Blinking on in, blinking forward with that awesome Stalker skin. That is so cool. That is so rad. And yes, this is something you can get. You can get yourself if you're a Protoss player. Marines coming to avenge their deaths of their friend here at the south Zelnaga Watchtower. And then some of them get murdered by the returning Protoss. So it's just a cycle of violence, you guys. Somebody dies, their friends come to try to avenge them, and then their friends come to try to avenge them. And then suddenly you have all-out war. Templar Archives coming up for Deadzerg, considering to go for the Storm or Archons. Either one of those are good in this situation. Really can't fault Deadzerg's decision-making here. We've got a SCV building, a fusion core, Likely not for battle cruisers, just probably going to be for the extended range on the Defender Circles ability of the Liberator. +2/+2 coming out for King Raze. +1/+1 on the way for Deadzerg. So the upgrade advantage is going to be to the Terran player in just a bit here. More and more depths coming in. It's 165 to 166 total supply. Both players have 66 workers. Both players essentially have 4 bases at this point. They do. They both have 4 bases. So this is about as even as you could possibly get in a game of StarCraft 2 here at the 10-minute mark. +1 air weapons on the way for King Raze, and that +2 attack still coming in. Advanced ballistics. There it is, increasing the range of Liberators in Defender mode by 4. And just kind of dancing back and forth here. It looks like King Raze doesn't want to necessarily attack at this point. He's got a pretty big army. Got some Widow Mines mixed in there now as well. Liberator count looks like it's 6. And it is. And it is 6. And getting a Ghost Academy for EMP. All right. I am a fan of Ghost Academies in pretty much all matchups. I feel like Ghosts are a little bit underutilized by Terran. I'm not sure why that is. But EMP is just a wonderful ability. You know, their snipe, their steady targeting is also very good. Adept scouting that bottom road again does allow for the scouting of the purple army before Protoss can show up. Adept taking down a Marine that's trying to kill a pylon up here just north of the 3rd base. So just little skirmishes going around all over the place. Nobody seems really interested in committing too heavily. King Raze keeps trying to poke around this bottom side. Deadzerg recognizes that, throws down 3 cannons to make sure that those attacks are not as effective as King Raze wants them to be. And again, holding the bottom Zelnaga Watchtower is a single Marine, but he gonna die. Everyone links forward to kill him. And let's see if Deadzerg wants to cross the middle of the map. This is as far as he's gone to this point in the game. And yes, he is coming up to take the North Zelnaga Watchtower, but dropping in though, recognizing the hole in the defenses. King Raze coming right on in to take out this 4th base here on the bottom side. Are there any pylons? How are there no pylons here? I don't know. Oh, flew right over those cannons as they were warping in. Gonna lose that 4th base. Deadzerg not happy about that one. Ouch. King Raze immediately picks up, boosts out, moves into the main base. The feedback. Whoa. Feedback on those medevacs. Just crushing. Wow. All that's left are 2 Marauders, and Archon cleans him out fairly easily. That was amazing. Amazing feedback on those medevacs. Great play there by Deadzerg. Very impressive indeed. And yeah, he's got the Templar mixed in, so I love this composition. I love this composition out of Deadzerg. Got the Colossus here, got Guardian Shield coming up with sentries, got Stalkers with +2 attack and +2 armor, got some Disruptors, got some Templar trailing behind as well, ready to throw down storms as necessary. Purple army at the southern Zelnaga Watchtower, blue army at the top Zelnaga Watchtower. They're just kind of dancing around this hole in the middle. This hole in the middle of the map that looks like it leads down into the very depths of hell. Dark Shrine on the way for the Deadzerg, and trying to do this thing with Defender mode circles. There are a lot of them, but pushing through. Wow, just walking through it as Deadzerg trying to focus down Liberators as best he can, storming on top of all the bio stuff, just sitting in circles, not worried about it. Colossus doing pretty well for themselves. 4 kills, 8 kills. Disruptors are gone. Marauders coming in to try to deal with the Colossus, and they are going to do it, but the Stalkers going into town on these Liberators as well. So this is going to come down to a very close battle of just a couple Marauders versus a bunch of Stalker here. Can they get the Templar? They get the Templar, but only because the Stalkers took out those medevacs. Beautiful play there. I mean, that was, woo, again, as close a battle as you could possibly see, as a handful of Stalkers lived. But that was it. Both players trying to rebuild their armies at this point. 5th base here from Deadzerg, and 5th base over here from King Raze. Just, again, staying close to home in their expansion paths. Nothing too weird at all. 5th base to the north of Deadzerg's 3rd, and 5th base to the south of King Raze's 3rd. Stalkers are trying to push in a little bit here at this 3rd base, but more Liberators have shown up. I'm not sure how much the Stalkers want to engage in. They really don't, as they're deciding to pull on back home. Personal cloaking on the way for King Raze. Widowmine shots. Ooh. 2 kills, 2 kills, 3 kills on those Widowmines. Any more observers in production? Are there any on the field? No. You gotta make observers, man. There are Widowmines out there. Deadzerg, don't forget Widowmines. I mean, observers. And don't forget about the Widowmines either, I guess. Don't forget about anything, ever. More and more Adepts are, no, Templar rather, getting warped in here. And +3/+3 just now finishing for Raze, and a great job keeping those upgrades up even during the battles that we've had. And more ghosts coming in. Cloak on the way. I don't see any sign of nukes, though. Definitely not any nukes. Where is that Fig? It's getting cloak, but yeah. No silos are full of nukes at this point. Pushing a little bit here is the purple Terran player yet again. And where does he want to go? Where does he want to go is question of day. Oracle gets burned out of the sky there. Colossus at the back. EMP thrown down. I think that was dodged. Mostly dodged, I think, by Deadzerg. Setting up. Liberator circles are here. Ghosts want to EMP something, and they do. They get a nice EMP on the front adepts here. EMPs on Archons are deadly because Archons are all shields. EMP is taking out 100% of units' shields is basically a death sentence to these guys. Yet Deadzerg is making them. It's 189 to 200 total supply. Trying to sneak around this left side here is Deadzerg. Come up from the bottom and surprise the Terran army. The Terran pushing on in, though, to this fourth base, staying close. And then there it is, but immediately redeploying. Nice job, King Raze. Deadzerg going for it anyway here. EMPs on everybody. The Archons come to the party a little bit late, avoiding the EMPs. Colossus just stabbing away at everything that they can find on the ground, lasering stuff to death, getting the surround. And yes, that was a crushing by Deadzerg. Another drop here at the fifth base, though. Marines and Marauders try to take down this Nexus. They are going to be able to get it. Liberators setting up shop at the third base for Deadzerg. Everybody gets pulled out of there as well. So yes, Deadzerg won the battle, but he lost a base. That is not great news. And his third is essentially just dead at this point. Widow Mines are continuing to fire. 1 kill, 3 kills, 3 kills. King Raze just leaves those behind to do what damage they can. And honestly, they're doing pretty well. Doing pretty well indeed. Photon overcharge coming up. And does kill one of the Liberators here at the third. Does manage to chase the other one away. Meanwhile, King Raze is taking a bit of a sneaky sixth base up along this top right side. It's a bit on Deadzerg's side of the map, but 146 to 175 total supply. King Raze has done a great job coming back here, losing that battle, but has regenerated his stuff as necessary. 66 to 55 harvesters. King Raze has a better economy, but this fifth base along the bottom left is being attacked here. SCVs coming in and go for the repair. There are no immortals, but I think there's enough DPS here regardless, especially as they clear out the SCVs very, very quickly to get this planetary fortress. No. Pulling out. The SCVs save it as the army comes up. Just delays long enough for the purple army to show up here. King Raze throwing down defender mode circles that are just absolutely annihilating anything that come into them. Forced to retreat here is Deadzerg coming down onto the high ground just a little bit. Man, both players are taking some serious hits here. Impressed that King Raze managed to save that planetary fortress. Very great indeed here. So 3 Colossus, 6 kills, 0 kills, 6 kills on these guys. And going for it. Here it is. He's going to push on in. The defender mode circles overlapping here to make a giant baseball-looking thing. And Deadzerg says, you know what? Maybe my days of going through the circles are over. Adept attack here at the third base is going to get cleaned out by Marauders especially. They kill a few SCVs, but that is about it. Major attack here. Liberators coming on in. King Raze, I don't know if he's paying attention. Just lost a bunch of Liberators there. Colossus burning through everything on the ground here. But is there enough +3/+3 bio to chase him off? And yeah, Deadzerg forced to retreat once again. Setting up at the South Zelnaga Watchtower and just still moving. Coming back all the way home. 166 to 122 total supply here. King Raze has that lead. He's got a small worker lead as well. 61 to 55. 14 SCVs have been killed so far in the game. I think that most of that was recent. Widowmine gets burned out because Deadzerg has an observer with the army. Finally, it is about time for that one. More and more Templar are coming on in. Void Ray sneaking in as well to this composition. +3 ship weapons being researched by King Raze. 6 Marauders at a time on the way. 3 Liberators coming in as well. And another confrontation here. Liberators at the front need to get focused down before anything else happens. But the defender mode circles are so big. So big and so scary. Revelation tossed down. There's the EMP. EMP on that Archon, dropping it down 200. Okay, it's not all of the shields. It's 200 shields, I think. Is that how that works? Where's my EMP? Yeah, 100 damage to shields and energy of all units in the area. Okay, so a couple EMPs got tossed down, it looks like. Am I remembering wrong, or back in Brood War did EMP just remove shields entirely? I thought for sure it just took shields off of everything that it hit. Maybe there was something, a limit to that. Either way, replacement 5th base up here by Deadzerg, a 7th base on the way from King Raze. Holy shamoly, going for it. Archon's in the front, Colossus as well, trying to do this thing. Storm's on top of the bio, but is not looking good for the Protoss player. Colossus getting burned alive, and that's it. A well played by Deadzerg is defeated, and King Raze is victorious for Team Ascension's professional team. Well done, King Raze, getting the victory here. Really relying heavily on these Liberators, which we haven't seen in a while, but man, they paid off. They paid off big time. I loved the upgrades that the Terran player had here. Protoss, what was Protoss sitting at when all was said and done? Do you have any units left that I can look at? Yeah, some Adepts. Some Adepts. Yeah, +3/+3, so they were keeping up as well. But just the ghosts with the EMPs were beautiful. Liberators doing stuff from above. A high Marauder count was extremely important versus these Colossus and versus these Adepts. Really didn't have as many Marines at all. Really won at the end of the game. So great choices by both of these players. King Raze pulls it out, sporting the color purple, which I appreciate. And that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Jeff Duvall, KN, Matt Meermans, Hagon Marcus, Back Bertie, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Keith Garlow, Alexandros Canaris, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estegoy, Bober Set, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sip Kopata, Konma, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Shing, Rajiv Bhatt, The Cosmic Phoenix, Peter Haas, Andre Breet, Mither. Thank you, Leak at the top right. Bye.